Tonight on Haunted Homes, we visit the White Horse pub in Ironbridge. The landlord and his family say that the pub has been haunted for years, and they want it to stop.
I just don't like the atmosphere around here. It just feels like someone's constantly watching.
It feels creepy.
We're sending in the Haunted Homes team of experts to investigate. Paranormal investigator Andy Matthews, Professor of Psychology Chris French, and psychic Mia Dolan.
It feels really awful.
And if a ghost exists, Mia's task will be to expel it from the house in a clearing ceremony. Prepare yourself for the unexpected.
I felt something go
No, there's
past.
nothing right behind you.
Something back my neck. That's went
Yeah.
back at me.
Britain is credited with being the most haunted country in the world, with over 10,000 ghostly sites throughout the land. It's no wonder that 53% of us believe in the afterlife. Tonight, we investigate the White Horse pub in Ironbridge, where the landlord's son is too scared to spend the night. The first member of the Haunted Homes team we'll send in to investigate is Mia Dolan, one of Britain's leading psychics.
But a psychic just means that I cover different areas in the paranormal. People think psychics are rare, and there aren't many of us, but they're not. You know, everybody is psychic to a certain level. Everybody at some point in their life uses their intuition, their gut instinct. You know, it's the same thing. It's your psychic, it's your sixth sense. We're coming into an age when people know that there is more. They're not sure what it is, they're not sure how to see it, but everybody knows that there is more.
Tonight's case for investigation is the White Horse pub in Ironbridge, run by publican Chris Bird.
I moved here in March 2002. I went into a business partnership with Andy. But first of all, we didn't know anything about any ghosts or happenings in the pub.
Chris and Andy claimed that they were sharing their pub with a phantom presence.
I lived here 3.5 years, and in that time, we had a few strange things and a few bumps in the night, if you like.
Right from the start, Chris's son Christopher has refused to stay in the White Horse with his father.
I just don't like the atmosphere around here. It just feels like someone's constantly watching.
And you start turning around, thinking, you know, is there something behind you?
When I am downstairs, locking the front door up, and the pub's in blackness, and got one light on, you're thinking, who's standing in that corner? You know, who's watching? And it feels creepy.
It didn't take long for the sense of a presence to develop into something more.
The first experience I had was a few weeks after we moved into the White Horse. There was 4 of us sat in the bar here. It went cold, and the 4 of us at the same time saw a shadow on the wall.
Hey guys, look, quick, look. I was just shocked. I thought, whoa, what was that? I said to Chris, there's something in here, there's somebody here. So I went round behind the bar and found this old bat.
And we started searching. We looked around upstairs, downstairs in the cellars, and didn't find anything. I just started thinking, well, the 4 of us saw something. What was it?
Christopher is so scared that he's only attempted to stay in the White Horse once.
When I first stayed here, I stayed in the back bedroom, and I was lying in bed, dead silent, and all of a sudden I heard footsteps. I got up to investigate, and there's nobody about. I thought, right, that's it. I'm getting my dad up and going. I can't stay here.
Andy has also heard the footsteps after closing time.
One afternoon, I was just cleaning the brasses on the bar, and above my head, I heard footsteps going across the beams. It sounded like a male's footsteps. And I thought, well, it's definitely not Chris, because he's not here, and there's nobody else in the building. So I went up to investigate. Of course, there's nobody there.
This alleged ghost is showing no sign of leaving.
Only a few days ago, I was up here on my own. I was rearranging the menus for my dad, and all of a sudden I heard someone walking up here. So I thought, oh, that must be Dad. So I shouted him. Dad? No one answered, so I looked around the place. There's no one up here. Went downstairs, and there he was cooking for someone. And I was like, Dad, have you been upstairs? He went, no, I've been cooking. So I was like, kind of freaked out by it, like it's happened again.
Apart from the footsteps, they've experienced other strange activity.
The glass washer's switched itself on quite a few times.
You can go in different sections of the pub and it's gone cold very, very quickly.
The gents' toilet's hand dry likes to switch itself on occasionally.
The telly fell off the shelf. The shelf was still up on the wall.
And the alarm system quite a few times has been set off, and we spoke to the people on the alarm, from the alarm company, and they said it must have been something quite large to set it off, but of course there's been nothing there.
Andy's most terrifying experience happened one night while he still lived at the White Horse.
One night I was upstairs just getting changed to go to bed, and I heard, coming from the footwell, what I can only describe as a heavy chain being dropped onto the floor and dragged slightly. It was a very sharp metallic sound. I went down, had a look, but there was nothing there, of course. You keep on telling yourself it's mice or rats or something, but you know there isn't any mice or rats in the building, you know.
They believe the ghost is becoming more active.
Me, my dad and my girlfriend were sitting down in the bar one night, and there was no one here, it was silent. And all of a sudden we heard the back door go, and then cutlery being shuffled around. And we were like, well, who's here? And so I got up to investigate, see who it was. The door was closed and there was no one there. I went freezing cold, the hairs stood up on my arms.
They've developed their own theory as to who is here and why.
I think sometimes I sense it is a male.
I don't think he's dangerous or wants to be dangerous, but I often wonder whether he's sort of, he's almost like protects the pub.
I think it is a past landlord who likes to stick around, keep it his way.
Now they need to know the truth.
So I'm hoping that the ghost will show himself, or her, and make his presence known.
There's definitely something here. I don't like the unknown, so hopefully over the next few days we'll find out exactly what is here.
Before our cameras arrived at the White Horse, we asked Chris and Andy to film a video diary of the nights leading up to our visit in an attempt to document some of the phenomena they have reported. They start in the old cellar.
This is where the barrels used to be kept. At the moment it's full of rubbish and general clutter from the pub upstairs. You see it's quite low ceilings. I don't like to spend too much time down here, to be honest. But there used to be a hatch leading from this cellar into the caverns below the pub. The pub was built on some old limestone workings. And there's a story that there used to be a tunnel leading from this pub through the caverns right down to the river, which is about half a mile from here. And the smugglers used to smuggle all sorts of contraband into the pub.
I am shit scared. I hate it down here.
Why is that then?
It just feels like there's someone standing in the corner or even behind me.
What, down the corner behind you, by the hatch?
When I'm doing the ice machine, which is just over here, when I'm catching the ice, I just cut the ice straight, as quick as I can and just head in.
After this first attempt together, Chris returns to the cellar later, alone.
It's basically pitch black in here, so the only thing I can see is the camera. I'm going to stay down here for a bit to see if anything goes on, see if I catch anything on camera. At the moment, it feels really creepy. It just feels like I'm not on my own. Even when I come down here in the light, I still feel like there's someone down here. Is there anyone down here at the moment with me? If there is, could you make a noise? Show yourself on camera. If there is someone down here, please show yourself. It's horrible down here.
Despite his obvious fear, Chris persists and goes up to the attic.
Right, I'm now in the attic, and I can tell you I'm shit scared. It's horrible. It is pitch black. It's horrible. That's all it is behind me. Beneath me is the lounge where I've heard footsteps. I don't know why I did this. This is a lot worse than that cellar. You know what I mean? It is pitch black. The whole place is. I can't do this anymore. I've got to get out of here.
Chris was terrified whilst filming the video diary in the dark cellar. It's now the task of Mia and the other haunted homes experts to visit the house and investigate. Together they'll conduct a night-long vigil in an attempt to discover if there's a sinister presence in the house. We've given the inhabitants of the White Horse pub a camera to record a video diary of their paranormal experiences. They claim to have heard footsteps in the night.
All of a sudden I heard footsteps. So I was like, kind of freaked out.
And the sound of rattling chains. But only after hours, when the pub has closed and the customers have gone home. On the first night of recording, Andy and Chris had mixed blessings as they recorded no paranormal activity. Tonight, they are joined by Chris Sr. and Cal, who works in the pub. They decide to settle in the oldest part of the pub, the main bar.
What time is it now? 1:15 in the morning. All the power is off, so it is totally silent.
He's probably standing in the corner watching us right in this moment.
So if you could hear anything, you'd hear it now.
Feels like there's someone over by the car.
Yeah, you're just frightening yourself. Now.
That's just your imagination being silly.
It could be, yeah.
I don't feel any different at all. Andy, just point it back over by that fireplace a minute.
Well, what have you seen?
And look across there.
Yeah.
Can you see something?
Yeah, some lights. That's really creeping me out.
What can you see?
Can you see some lights?
Oh, yeah. No.
You can see some.
This is like really creeping me out now.
Yeah. Can you see those lights?
That's coming from.
Where's that coming from?
No, I'm shitting myself now.
Where's that from?
Christopher, don't panic.
No, I'm shitting myself.
Can you see the lights?
What lights?
I can see it.
Use the camera here. I'll show you.
I can see it, yeah.
Can you see those lights? Can you really?
Yeah. They've got to be coming from nowhere.
Wait a minute. Let me just shut these curtains just a minute.
Was there a light above the? I'm picking up the light from the infrared.
No, it's further than
The
down
sensor.
that, sweetheart. Can you not pick that up on the camera?
No, can't see anything unless. So we've got a light which I can't see, but you can see.
It's not there at this moment in time.
To the left of the fireplace. To the left of the
Just move back, Chris.
In there now?
All this camera's picking up is reflections off the brass.
Where though? But why?
What glass,
gone now.
Andrew?
Gone, is it?
Come back.
So I think it's reflection from the window.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, I can't see a reflection.
Why would it reflect off what?
It looks as though things could get interesting at the White Horse. Whilst filming the video diary, Chris was extremely troubled and on edge. Chris and Andy have now decided to call in the Haunted Homes investigation team to see if they can discover what's behind the mysterious sightings at the White Horse. Coming to the rescue are psychologist Chris French, paranormal investigator Andy Matthews, and psychic Mia Dolan. Mia arrives in Telford one day before the rest of the team. Before she meets the family, Mia has chosen a neutral location where she can study some objects from the pub using a process called psychometry.
So now it's old. Now the next object, when I'm working with psychometry, I hold the objects and the information comes through my fingertips. Then I decipher it psychically.
The objects so far have not given Mia much to go on. She hopes the last two things will give her the clues she needs about the case.
Now the next is it's a horseshoe. Now this has been used for good luck. I'm pretty sure this is over a door. And by the door are some stairs, I think to the right of the door, and they're uneven stairs. We've got movement, loads of movement, and noises, and rolling and crashing noises. I think it's something swinging. I don't know if it's a light swinging, but something hanging that's swinging. Now the next object, it looks like a bottle opener, probably. I've had the phrase in my mind, turning the milk sour. It's not a good sign at all. Hundreds of years ago, farmers believed that if the devil was near their property or visited their place, then the milk turned sour and the cheese wouldn't curdle. My hackles are up, and out of everything that I've got and everything that I picked up was the phrase turning milk sour is the worst thing. But we've definitely got ourselves a situation.
The following day, Mia arrives at the White Horse for the first time. She's keen to pinpoint any latent psychic energy. She has no prior knowledge about the case, and the psychometry objects are her only clues as to what she can expect to find here.
Now, this bar, it's quite a long area, this bar. So when you're at one side, you're going to see somebody else walking across the end of the bar, and then when you're at the other side, you'll see it here, walking across. And also coming out here, and somebody's seeing a figure sitting as if hunched over a pint. Just dark. Then you look again, they're not there. Very strong start. I really want to go out the back. I'm being pulled to the back.
Mia makes her way to the beer cellar, where she reports some very active phenomena.
That's amazing. This place is alive. And it's the walk around. Never get it normally on the walk around.
She then investigates upstairs, and the first room she goes into is the lounge, where Chris had his encounter.
Whole room's rocking. This first room I've been to, I feel very, very uncomfortable. It's like everything's foggy and heavy and rocking and out of balance. It feels really awful. Let's get out of here.
Finally, Mia reaches the top of the pub, the attic.
It feels like it's rocking really badly, like a ship. And this is the room where something was swinging. And I do see light fittings, but this is so weird. Okay. Is the house haunted? Oh my God, this place is haunted. I think we probably have the most active vigil we've ever been involved in. And I hope to God I'll get my head round it before we start, because I'm having trouble standing up.
With her tour completed, it's time for Mia to leave. She has identified the main bar, the upstairs lounge, and the beer cellar as psychic hotspots. Mia is accompanied by our very own paranormal investigator, Andy Matthews.
The only time I've ever really been afraid was in my mid-20s when I had what I can only describe as a mediumistic experience, because up until that point I'd been very sceptical. Until you actually experience something like that, it's not going to change your mind. And when it happened to me, it freaked the heck out of me, basically. And I backed away from the paranormal for many years. But when I returned with a very, very open mind.
Skeptic Chris French, Professor of Psychology, will look for the rational explanation.
I'm a psychologist with a special interest in the psychology of ostensibly paranormal experiences. Whenever you come across a report of some kind of ghostly activity, there's a whole list of alternative explanations you need to rule out. Might, for example, be that someone is misinterpreting naturally occurring sounds. It might be that they've experienced some kind of hallucinatory state, such as sleep paralysis. It might be a hoax.
Chris and Andy arrive in the haunted home's Winnebago, keen to investigate this pub and the alleged haunting.
Do you want to start off just by telling us what's happened in this area of the pub?
Basically, we've seen what we've thought as a person. Well, not a person, but just the feeling of a person, plus a shadow as well.
Shadows?
Yeah, shadows moving across the floor and then move away down the corridor. And all four of us saw it at the same time. Or we saw something anyway.
Anything else happen in this area?
Well, I was up in my bedroom one night, about to go to bed, and I heard what sounded like a chain being dropped onto the floor and dragged slightly and just cut, you know. Like...
Andy leads our experts through to the beer cellar.
This is where I heard the chains, this sort of general area.
Chains? You haven't got chains in here, I take it?
Not in the cellar, to be honest. I mean...
What about in the olden days? I mean, would they have used chains to bring the barrels down?
Not really.
What are the association with chains is then?
Well, we've got a quarry next door, so, I mean, they would have used chains for probably hauling stuff about.
Anything else happen around here?
Not in this room, no, to be honest, not really.
Okay. Right. So can we go and have a look round through some of the areas?
Go for it.
Next on the list is the flat, the place where Chris refuses to spend the night.
Okay, this is the upstairs flat where my dad lives. This is the living room. Oh, God, yeah. The main things I've heard up here are actually footsteps walking across where we've just walked, you know, the creaky floorboards. And the experience I had recently was last week when I was redoing the menus for my dad. And I thought, I'll ask Dad to check them before I print them off. So, you know, of course, I heard someone walk through. I thought, oh, Dad must be up here. So I called him.
Where were you at the time?
I was just, the computer's just through there, so you can, you know, you've got clear view of the living room. So I called him, and nobody answered. I thought, oh, he's just ignoring me, or he can't hear me. So I got up, came out, and there's no one up here. So I went downstairs, and there he was cooking meals, and then my girlfriend was like serving at the bar. So I, you know, of course, I each asked them if you'd been upstairs, and they hadn't.
Yeah, so nobody else would have.
Nobody else would have been up here, no.
Okay. Well, thanks very much, guys. It's been interesting. A lot to think about.
No problem.
Thanks.
Now that the experts have completed their tours, it's time for Mia to meet the two Chris's and Andy face to face to discuss her findings with them.
Well, it's nice to finally meet you. I've had a good wander around your property, and for the first time I actually knew I was coming to a pub, i.e. psychically, no one told me. But let's start when I walked in the door. The first thing that struck me was that each end of the bar had its own problem. If you're at one side of the bar, you're going to catch sight of somebody at the end of the bar that's not there. You know what I mean? And you look twice, then you go to the other end of the bar, and it'll happen at the other end. So then I went through to where your beer barrels are and all the pump things are. And interestingly, as I was in there, the lights started going mad, and they tried all the sensible things to make it stop, because it was interfering with the filming, basically. And after 10 times, I gave up and we just carried on. It was flickering on and off, you know. And as I come out, it went back on again. So that was really nice for me. Like, on a walk round, that's interesting. But as I came upstairs and went into the lounge, which is sort of the first place to go into, that's probably got to be the worst place in the building for me. I absolutely felt physically unwell in this room. I couldn't breathe very well at first. I felt sick.
Yeah.
And it's as if it moves. It's a feeling as if it's uneven. And one of the things that I used in psychometry was this strange sort of bottle opener thing. And was not a very nice thing to get, was the phrase, turned milk sour. So that sort of sent my hackles up a little bit. Somebody, you know, I don't know which one of you, one of you hates the front room. You know, is it you? Something's going to have fun with you in there if you don't like it, because it'll fiddle with things and the lights will dip.
I've heard footsteps and everything through there, and it's...
It actually makes me quite surprised that you still live here.
I don't stay. I've stayed here, well, not even for a night.
And another thing that I felt very strongly upstairs is if it's very hard to make a home here. It's very hard for it to feel settled.
I lived here 3.5 years, and I must admit, I never felt easy in the place. It never felt like my home.
It makes total sense.
Yeah.
And what I'm hoping for is that by the end of what we do here, and after we've done the clearing, the whole atmosphere changes. You know, it should shift. Now, the last place I went was up to the attic. So as I'm going up the stairs to the attic, which was like a hidden thing behind this door, one of the things I said in the psychometry was that I had this strong impression of something swinging from the ceiling. Now, I said it could either be a light fitting or just something hanging down. But that's where I got it up in the attic, because when I stood up in the attic, it felt like a ship. So much so that I kept having to grab hold of things. And in the end, I didn't stay up there and got out. It's a very unusual feeling.
Well, apparently, some of the timbers in there could be ship's timbers.
What, for an old ship, like reclaimed?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you were anywhere near water here.
River Severn, down the road.
Of course it is, yeah.
And many years ago, there used to be boats on the River Severn.
But I still think from the ground floor right up to the attic, you've got activity, and it needs to be sorted, because now it's just carrying growing. But from a visual point of view, it should be the best we've ever had.
Brilliant.
Because I've never had activity on a walk round in the daytime, and I got it on this.
Jeez.
So I'm very excited, and I hope you hold your nerve, and let's see what we can catch on film.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tonight, psychic Mia Dolan, skeptic Professor Chris French, and paranormal investigator Andy Matthews will conduct a night-long vigil with Chris and Andy. An intense night lies ahead for the group. Their aim is to discover if there's an unwanted phantom roaming the White Horse at night, or whether there's a rational explanation. Our cameras will be filming throughout this investigation. As the time for the vigil gets closer, our three experts meet in the Winnebago to discuss their findings.
Well, I think this is every ghost hunter's dream. You've got everything here. It's absolutely wonderful. I can't wait to get in there. What did you think of it?
Absolute gift. I mean, when I went into where the beer barrels are kept, the lights started playing around. I thought, oh, God, I love this place. Go on, give us your take, Liz.
I can't say that I'm, you know, tremendously impressed by what we've been
It's classic
told.
stuff, though, isn't it? I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, it's a typical haunted house.
Well, it's classic
And
stuff, but I mean, yeah, are we actually going to get anything on camera?
Probably not, but you know,
Hey.
you never know.
Hey. I think we will. For once, we've got something, won't say what, that actually wants to be seen. We've got a ghost who wants to be a film star. So, yes.
Oh, well, that'll be
tonight's
great.
the night.
Before the vigil can start, Andy selects the places he thinks he's most likely to detect any paranormal activity and sets up his equipment. This ranges from a tape recorder to record any unexplained footsteps to some dowsing rods and a collection of cutlery.
We seem to have an energy line, or what some people call a ley line, going through here. And I'm going to go with gut reaction on this, because originally I was going to set up a controlled object experiment over there, but I think I'm going to try it down here. Right, I'm going to arrange these knives and forks on the floor here in the shape of an X. Now, nobody's going to come in here tonight if it's all going to be locked off. So hopefully if they do move, we may have something that's potentially paranormal.
As well as Andy's equipment, there are also fixed cameras positioned around the house. These have all been set up in locations where reports of paranormal activity have been greatest. The main bar, the beer cellar, and the upstairs lounge.
Oh God, it's dark. Okay, let's sit around this table. 3, 2, 1.
With the torches out and the pub in darkness, the group wait to see if anything will happen.
Jeez. Do you hear it? Yeah, you have to really listen.
Very soft.
Very, yeah. Like a shuffling stepping. Yeah.
What was that?
Did you hear that? That was upstairs, wasn't it?
That was a groan, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what... Yeah.
That was like a...
Did you just move really quickly then?
No, I haven't moved an inch.
Did you feel that breeze?
I didn't know. Which side?
Had I got a camera behind me then? Because I felt something go
No,
past.
there's nothing right behind you.
Something went back my neck.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just felt a breeze go across my
Yeah,
face.
it was like something
Yeah.
the back of me. Okay, that's creepy.
You've seen shadows over there.
By the pool table?
Shadows, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but it just seemed like someone walked past the back of the pool table, only, you know, and it's like a couple of steps. It just, you know, just in the middle of the pool table, he just like, you know, just walked across it and then just went. I don't know if it's me, but it just sounds like someone upstairs.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, it's not like, you know, stomp, it's just like very faint.
What, like kind of a faint footstep?
Yeah, casual, light footsteps.
Is there something back there?
Oh, my God.
What do you see?
2 lights right down by the back, and my ears have gone all ringy.
Well, no, are they the lights from the infrared?
No, they were just on the curtain. They've gone now. They danced around and disappeared.
After an eventful time in the main bar, Andy and Mia make their way to the beer cellar, leaving the others behind.
It feels like someone's down there in the edge of the bar. You can see like a faint, you know, like a small outline of a person standing there.
Oh, God. I can see a white light down on my right. Can you see it?
There's something lightening up in the darkness.
Yeah.
Down there. Like a glow.
Yeah, halfway up.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? You've got to have heard that. There is someone. It just feels like there's someone at the end of that bar.
All the hairs on my back are prickling up. No, like something's building.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. Let it come, let it come.
There we go.
Hear it, yeah? It's building.
Did you hear that? Like groan. That wasn't a proper noise. That was like a, you know.
Yeah.
If you are here, can you make a noise? Did you hear that?
I heard that.
Quite
It's
a bit.
building, it's building, it's building. My God, we've got a real life situation here.
Here you go.
Now listen, listen. It's very, very good. See that? It's good. It's
Oh, God. Oh, God. Shit.
Mia's investigation has paid off as both groups seem to have experienced what they believe to be paranormal activity. Back in the main bar, everybody regroups to discuss what's happened and to plan the next phase of the vigil.
We've heard of quite a few things, to tell you the truth. You know, we called out a couple of times. We did actually get a response one time.
Did you?
Yeah, and we heard something like a...
We did much better than that.
Is it?
We had a bang above us.
We had bangs and God knows what else. And it was moving its way towards us all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I did feel is if he'd left this room and gone with you.
Well, in that case, I've got a good idea. If we leave my Andy and Chris down here,
Yeah.
we're going to go to the attic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you are, and me.
Oh, right.
Is it okay?
Okay.
Again, the group splits up. This time, Andy Matthews and Chris stay in the main bar, while Mia and Andy make their way to the attic, an area that Mia claims is a centre of paranormal phenomena.
How long the light bulb closed for?
Oh.
How do you feel?
Hey, all right.
My heart's going.
Don't like it up here?
No, I don't like it at all. I feel really weird.
Yeah.
I feel it rocking.
Not really.
Do you feel nothing different up here than you do downstairs?
I've always felt as if you're stepping back in time up here.
But how do you feel? Comfortable?
Yeah.
I've got a sensation again that it's rocking. It's fine if I lean it back, but if I lean forward, like it's... OK, I'm going to calm down now. I don't know what it's about the attic. I'm normally very good at this, honestly.
While Mia is getting caught up in the sensations she claims to be experiencing, downstairs, Chris and Andy are taking a more scientific approach. Andy retrieves his EMF meter, a device used to measure electromagnetic fluctuations, often associated with paranormal activity. He makes his way down to the far end of the bar.
It's like cold static up here. This bit down here, can you feel it?
This is where I saw this like shadow walk. It was like just sort of walk across it. That was it.
There was something. I mean, we all saw something, didn't we?
Yeah, I definitely saw it.
But it feels all right. I feel fine down
I
here.
feel
don't you?
really cold, to tell you the truth.
You feel cold?
Yeah.
Let's go and sit back up there. Let's see what happens.
Can you hear it?
Mumbling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard it then. It's like that groan we heard earlier, do you remember?
Yeah. If it was Andy, it'd be over this more. You know, the back of us.
Let's nip back to the Winnebago. I don't think we're going to get anything more now.
Chris and Andy return to the Winnebago, while upstairs in the attic, Mia has her own concerns.
I'd like to see how Chris is doing downstairs, because even though I feel weird, you don't.
No.
And I want you to experience stuff. It's not about me experiencing it, it's about you.
Okay.
All right?
Mia and Andy also head back to the Winnebago, where the others are waiting.
Hey.
Oh,
How was the
good.
attic?
Awful, awful. And the worst thing was he was fine.
Oh, it's fine. Mr. Cool.
So it was really bad, you know, because I'm meant to be the one that makes everyone else feel better. And I'm standing there saying, you feel fine? Because I am absolutely fine, you know.
Yeah.
What happened downstairs? Anything?
Fair bit. Shuffling of feet, knocks, banging, stray EMF signals.
I think what's happening is that when we split up, the ghost follows
Chooses
somebody.
one. Yeah, it's like
I
it's
think-
staying some
yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Wherever we are, only one lot of people are actually having an experience. So, on that note, I think the best thing to do is it's just me and you go in.
Go on
See you
then.
soon.
Mia has decided to take Chris to the lounge, which she feels is the room with the most paranormal energy. It's also the room where Chris had his most disturbing experience.
It's really strange how your eyes are dragged round to the other room. Do you know why that camera's here?
This one here? No.
Well, what I normally do is I get somebody to see how much they can do on their own. And so what I'd like to do is for you to film with this.
Okay.
Now, are you up for that?
Yeah.
Mia makes her way back to join the others in the Winnebago, where they'll watch Chris over the remote monitors.
Don't realise how creepy it is until you're here on your own in the dark. Just feels like someone is watching me from the room just down there. Can't actually believe I've decided to be on my own, but...
How do you think he's feeling, Chris?
The way he's looking around quite erratically, to be honest. It's like putting a false smile on.
Very agitated.
Very agitated. Very agitated.
This is a really difficult one to call because every person I've done this to, they're always really proud of themselves afterwards. It's just calling it right. I'm not going to leave you much longer. I'm out.
Mia has decided that Chris has been alone long enough and goes back in to get him.
Well done. How'd you feel?
It's a lot more freaky on your own.
Let's put that down here. How would you like to get out of here?
Yeah.
Well done. Come on, babe.
Hey.
Well done.
Back in the Winnebago, Chris tells everybody how he felt alone in the living room.
It was scary after everyone left. Just felt like someone standing there. Didn't want to do anything, just wanted to watch. You know, probably see how long it would last, basically.
You've got a very nervous smiley face up there.
I don't want to look bad, you know, like shit scared. Excuse my language, but, you know, I tried to keep my cool because this is the last time I could do it.
How long do you reckon you'd have lasted in there if Mia hadn't come in?
Probably last a bit longer, I think.
Yeah, they did really well. Torch.
Skeptic Chris French now enters the pub to see if he can feel any of the sensations that everyone else has reported.
Chris certainly felt there was something in this area. He felt he was being watched by something from over here. So I'm going to just sit down in the chair there for a while and switch the torch off. Again, just to see whether I can get into the same kind of mindset that he was in. No footsteps. No sense of presence. As far as I'm concerned, no ghosts.
The next day, everybody's had time to reflect on the night's events.
The visual last night was absolutely fantastic. I'm 99% sure I did see someone walking across from the left-hand side of the room down past the pool table.
When I was sitting with the four of us at the table, I've definitely felt a presence. I felt somebody breathe down the back of my neck, which, you know, felt my hackles rise. I wasn't so prepared for that, to be honest.
I placed the knives and forks in an X position on the floor in the hope that, you know, the ley line or the energy line will, you know, cause something to happen. Unfortunately, on this occasion, nothing happened.
One of the most striking things about last night's vigil was the contrast between Andy and Chris. Got Chris there, who was absolutely convinced he was in the presence of a ghost last night. Andy, I think, would be a bit more doubtful about that.
During the vigil, the boys claim to have seen a figure by the pool table, and Andy says he felt a chilling breath on the back of his neck. Mia now intends to confront the supposed spirit and expel it from the pub in a clearing ceremony. To help her in this task will be Eric, her spirit guide.
Let's start.
Mia begins the clearing.
Right. I can see myself leaving this room by the door over there, by the fireplace. I'm going into the kitchen area. Nothing in there. I'm going back towards the corridor at the back, down those stairs to that cellar, empty, and going up the stairs. Just walking into your lounge, and even psychically it seems off tilt to me. No, it doesn't feel right coming down. I'm going to come back down. I'm in the area of the beer cellar, but I'm seeing a kitchen, a small kitchen. There's a small doorway going through to the front area, to another room. There's a man in there. There's something wrong with his hands. There's something wrong with him. He's injured. It's old injuries. It'll start coming back. He's not looking at me, but he knows I'm there. Now I've come back into a little bit of corridor, and it's the pub. He's still not looking at me. He's coming to me. He's not looking at me. Come on in. In. Now, he looks to be in his 60s, maybe. His hands are damaged. His body's damaged. He's had some accident. He worked near here and got crushed or stuff fell on him. He didn't die through that. It looks like he hung himself in a loft, but it's not your loft. It's the same, but not the same. I'm asking why he hasn't gone over, because he shouldn't have killed himself. That's his choice, not go over, okay? When he was alive, he had people working under him, and he had respect. And then he had the accident, and he lost that respect because he no longer worked. And then he killed himself and wished he hadn't. He still have to respect. He's got twisted with it.
But then the spirit Mia claims to be talking to reveals some new information.
Oh, hold on. He's saying something about contraband, not contraband. You know, it's smuggling. He was storing stuff or keeping stuff for somebody else after he'd had the accident. Okay. I'm just asking him to tell me some stuff now. So, when he was here, let's see if I got this right, when he was here, he lived at that side. And he worked near here. But he was crushed. Had an accident, the hands looked crushed. And then he got into smuggling. And his wife went. Then he went up and hung himself in the attic. And then when he killed himself, he still had the choice and wouldn't go over. And now he's been living in the same loop and trying to get respect, because even when he was doing illegal things, he had respect from people because he was the man that could do it, the man that could sort things out. And he's saying that there's another hole. You know that you got a cellar here? There's another one around here, so you should have had another cellar. He's talking about here. Have you got another cellar?
And there are stories. There was another cellar. I've heard this from other people.
Oh, no. He's trying to go now. OK, what I'm seeing, if I can get him to go still, is wandering backwards and forwards. I'll just tell you what he's saying. I'm going to try. I'm losing him. Hold on. OK, good. Eric's in. I'm going to send him. Hold on. Door's opening. I'm going to send him over, if I can hold him. He won't look at Eric. Eric's my guide. I don't know if I told you that, but he is. And he's turning his head away over and over again, not wanting to look at him. The door's opening up. Got him. He's going through. It's like the shadows lifted. It's going through. OK, let's finish it. De profundus clamavi ad te domini exaudi vocum.
Mia recites a prayer for the dead in Latin.
Tendentes invocium deprecationis miae, si iniquiatus observes omnibus iniquiatibus ejus. Done. So when I was doing the psychometry, one of the things I picked up was this swinging. And I expected you to say to me, oh, we've had light switches swinging, or we've had this swinging. I think that was him swinging.
The spirit that Mia was talking about this evening, it did seem like, you know, he didn't want to do anything. He just wanted, you know, to stand there, be interested, just see what's going on, you know, not harm us in any way, but just wanted to watch what we do. So that did make some sense, and that's what I felt in the past.
The pub certainly seems calmer since Mia's done the clearing. Well, it's just my imagination, or what I don't know, but it could be quite interesting just to see if the atmosphere of the pub is lifted.
One of the interesting things tonight was that we actually had the chance to talk to some of the locals after, and I find it interesting because I thought that there was a great deal of effort going into trying to make sense of Mia's story. There's talk of tunnels underneath the pub. And, you know, whereas I seem to remember that Mia actually definitely described it as a cellar, but suddenly people were talking about tunnels as if, in some way, they were cellars. Well, they're not.
During the clearing, Mia says she spoke to the ghost of a smuggler who committed suicide in the building by hanging himself. In 4 weeks' time, our cameras will return to the pub to see if the clearing ceremony was successful and if the ghost has moved on. It's been 4 weeks since the clearing, and things have changed at the White Horse.
Since the clearing, I haven't felt anything. Everything seems very calm, very settled, very relaxed.
I feel as if the pub has been more calm. When I lock up at night, I don't feel as if I've been watched anymore.
Chris and Andy have noticed a change, but what about Chris Jr., who wouldn't even spend the night there?
I've actually stayed here on my own, and so quiet, not a peep. So it's really good. I don't feel scared no more, no.
I'd like to say a big thank you to Mia. She made a very good job.
The place is a lot happier, like I said, and I can stay here whenever I want.
4 weeks on, and all seems peaceful at the White Horse. Even Chris is happy to spend a night at the pub. For them, the experience of living with a ghost seems to be at an end. Perhaps haunted homes aren't just the product of a fiction writer's imagination. Maybe one day, it might be your local pub. If you haven't lived in a haunted home yet, maybe one night you will. Sleep well.